Hi everyone, Susie here from Minnesota at Garden in Zone 4B, and I'm taking you on a middle of September tour. This will probably be quicker than normal. It's hot, it's evening, and very windy, so sorry about the noise. It may or may not, but I'm loving that breeze right now. The salvia is beautiful. It's a non-branded salvia. I know the tags are in there somewhere, but it's being eaten up. So this is kind of just a little mishmash going on here. I get the most sun here now than I do in the back, so I just moved a bunch of plants up here, so kind of a fall area. That's still the pansies that I've been saving this entire season. And then the salvia. That was just free. And again, I moved this here also. It was getting so heavy on the hook. The basket, this pail, it was leaning forward, so it was hard to water. And this is Monarch Magic Ageratum. And the monarchs find this too. These were the pots that I planted in these containers July, and these were all on sale. Looking great. I love this for fall. I like mums, but I'd rather save my money and buy plants that I really, especially perennials. This is an osteospermum that was in the back. Isn't that gorgeous? So I just brought it up here. That's the one in back is getting eaten up by the gourds. So yeah, just a repeat with these containers, euphorbia, the gara, and I love this grass here. So, and then I just have ajuga in these pots too. It's so nice just to take everything out and just sink those in. Not much work, and they were already established. There's a butterfly right there. We have been dry now probably for the last 2-3 weeks, and it's taken its toll. It's also mid-September, so, but I think still things look really good. Plants are doing pretty good, especially the heucheras. I love these. They just offer entire season of interest, or gardening season. If you're in a warmer climate, even then, I'm not. These will just be brown when the cold hits. I did replace the pulmonium that I had started from seed 5 years ago with this grass here. This is just little blue stem shining star. I got these from Great Garden Plants, and I had gotten 12 because I did this. I like to keep it very simple in the front of my yard, like right here. Just do huge drifts of it. So, and I think this will bring a nice little pop of color. Oh, look at this little hottie hydrangea. I'm like, this may or may not come back for me. It is going to stay here, but then it will offer some winter interest too with those heads. And it's done gorgeous here. If I lived in a warmer climate, I'd be planting more hydrangeas in containers. Let's see. Black lace, elderberry looks great. Huge. I would say it's, I'm trying to think, 12 feet tall. Some plants are struggling. The Alchemilla mollis, it's okay. And then I did this here too, but some of these plants are really piddly. Like, I don't know why those even made the cut to be shipped out. I think these 3 were just pulled apart to make the amount of plants that I needed, and one of them has reverted, which I have elsewhere, which again, why would that even make the cut? Look at that little hottie, just gorgeous. This is where the grasses are really cool with that evening sun coming through. And then the heuchera is just glowing. Arabella Clematis is still blooming the whole season. And then I do have some hydrangeas back here that I added just to continue that. Oh, look at that. And I did dig, I would say 90% of this up where I could. There was just spots where the roots I could not. So you can see this is a variegated bishop's weed. And there's a little coming through. I have this heavily cardboarded. I have plastic right here just because that's the path, the walking path. But anywhere that I want water to get through, like by the plants, I have cardboarded. And it's just going to be a battle, long haul, but eventually I'll get that snuffed out. I have high hopes for myself. And then I just added, I wanted this to be more of a winter garden, just with interest. That is a buds yellow dogwood. Then with some pines. This is a coralberry that I took from one of my gardens, along with these two Siberian cypress. Then I tied in the roses. Looking really good. And you can see I have cardboard. I want to come and edge here at some point. They have like 6 days of rain predicted. Woohoo! But yeah, and I'm just going with shrubs right now. And this is just a cool splash Dravilla or honeysuckle. So I'm just trying to repeat plants so it's just a little more cohesive. Pulmonaria still looks good. I love this heuchera over here. This has done really great this year. There's just something, you know, in person, it just kind of glows. Like there's a silvery hue to it. Really like that one. Spearmint, and then some were just ones I started from seed. These grasses here are gorgeous. Korean featherweed grass. Love that. And then I have one in way back over there behind the hydrangea. I'll go there. And then one there. Roses are doing a bit better. Little blooming Bonica. This is either Gertrude Jekyll or, I don't know, something Gabriel. It has been a long day. My mind's drawn a blank. Gabriel Oak. Does that sound right? But yeah, so Hakanakala grasses. I really love this area. And again, can't go wrong with heucheras. And then Blue Eddy looks great, allium. And it is a very short variety. Another grass here. I did move this here earlier in the season. The other two were there from last year. But this is just gorgeous. Limelight. And then this is just, these were $5 perennials, so I just continued the Alchemilla mollis around here. I don't know if I told you, but it's like 90 degrees out here, at least. I don't know what the feel like temperature is. At this point, I really don't care. We had cool weather last week, early last week, and then yesterday felt like 94. Yeah, look at those grasses. This is Ivory Halo Red Twig Dogwood. You can see that's taken its toll with how dry we've been. But again, I keep saying it. It's middle of season, so this is reality, and I still think it looks fantastic. I do have some deadheading to do, but that's not such a bad job to do when it's raining. Isn't this gorgeous? Oh, I just love this begonia. It's so easy. I've done nothing except for water it very little. I mean, you have to be careful with begonias to not overwater them. That is a huge Boston fern back there. Gotta love that juga. Firelight Tidbit. This got moved earlier in the season to this spot, and it's doing pretty good. I think next year it'll be a little bit more, I think the blooms will be a little fuller. But I think this is really nice. At least I don't have to worry about them flopping. It's a tiny little hydrangea, and I really love it. I do have a euphorbia down here, Ascot Rainbow. I planted it, watered it in, and have not watered it since. And that was 2 months ago when I got those other plants on sale. It is not hardy to my zone, but we'll see what happens. South side of the house, and we could have a mild winter, fingers crossed. Maybe with a little more snow cover. That would be nice. Not a lot, little. More of the Korean feathery grass. All these grasses I serve from seed here. Isn't that beautiful? Like, look. And then beyond. Oh, I love that. That's why I love looking through this tree here too. Blue butterfly pea. I couldn't remember it the last time. I'm like, purple pea? I'm like, that is not it. Blooming a little bit, not too much, but I still like that on that obelisk. It's a little one, so it's perfect. I thought it would get to be too much. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just really enjoying the grasses here. It's just a really beautiful evening. It might be hot, but there is such a beautiful breeze that this is a perfect night just to sit back and do nothing. More begonias that I will overwinter, and hopefully that works for me again. The lemony lace elderberry I don't think is liking how dry it is. I'm going to leave it. I know it has a tendency to wilt and be an issue, but I don't know. I really like that bark in there too. So, but there's other things that are getting kind of a rust browning on. The Alchemilla mollis, that there's a sun king. So we'll go this way. I don't want to see my head, the shadow. The Weigela here looks great. Can you believe that this was one teeny tiny little lamium that was in the ground down here? Like a good lamium. It's something, I think, orchid, whatever. Look how gorgeous that is. All perennials, they'll stay here, and I will see if they work out. I'll just put a bunch of leaves on top and hope for the best. If not, I have some other sun kings I can move in here next year if I want to do that again. But you can see that's where I did cut out a lot of the browning. So that's why I'm not going to trim up that lemony lace until next year if it doesn't come back. I love this willow. Again, this is kind of a borderline plant for my zone. And then I love the blue Arctic willow back there. It's just when it's in the shade, there's a blue hue to that. I just love it, and just the way it blows in the wind. Let's see, so I have been working in this area also, editing. I had the Siberian iris here. My plan was to dig it up, divide it, and then replant a little bit of it. And yeah, that wasn't happening because I broke 3 tools trying to dig that out. Hopefully I remember to show you the root balls, and I know some of it had lily of the valley, and I was trying to keep it separate, and no, I didn't. I was just exhausted. I was about ready to give up, and I got it done. And then I dug out the hostas that were back here, and those are on the curb. There's no lily of the valley over there, so I think they're almost gone just for free. And then I just went some more hydrangeas because I just thought they were covering up the 9 barks. I couldn't see it. The foliage from the irises were 5 feet tall, and this is looking a little tough down here. But I really love the 9 barks. I really like these grasses, and I need some color here at this time anyway, so I went with tiny quickfire, and I love quickfire hydrangeas. So I love the stems. They have got that kind of burgundy color to them. And then I just mass planted the coral bells over here, hukra, Georgia peach, and that's a turtle planter. He's so cute. With the juga, that he's heavy, he's concrete. A friend of mine found it at a rummage sale for $3. And this is Rainbow's End Hosta that I moved here. It's just such a beautiful hosta that I needed to give it its own space. And then I do have a gap back here I'm leaving just for a container next year. A lot of lily of the valley here. I still need to come in and top dress with compost. But this will be a beautiful fall garden. I mean, there's going to be interest even in like later spring with the 9 barks too, with the flowers. The cannas I'm going to overwinter inside. Hopefully it works. The other cannas I did last year didn't. Oh, I love those grasses. All right, I better get a move on. So all the perennials that are in containers are going to stay here. It's like a little test that I'm trying, see if it works. Look at the pollinators, if you can see all of them. And then the turtle head looks so nice. It's kind of going out. It's not going to be long. We still have a good amount of moisture in the ground from all the rain that we had gotten earlier in the season. So there's some plants that are bucking and others that are still doing really good. Let's see. Oh, I just wanted to show you this container here. I just love this. Like, that was being shaded out by the squash, but it's got a lot of buds forming. Must have liked that little bit of a cool spell. But, oh, look at that. Some of the vegetables are getting retired, like the cucumbers, they're done. Oh, they were so good, I'm gonna miss them. This is Verbena Bampton. And then this is where I had the Heuchera Georgia Peach, so I just moved those with the other ones. I liked it here, but I just thought it was a little out of place with the color palette that I had going on here, so I'll just scooch over the Millennium Alliums and just give everything a little bit more room to grow. I think that'll work out. More self-seeded Verbena Bampton and Verbena Monarchs. Love this one. Like, I wish I had some footage of that. I love my path here. That is just penstemon down there. But even as a ground cover, that's really pretty. Kind of looks like a juga, doesn't it? This is getting shaded out by the squash over here. Let me take you over there real quick. Sorry about the air conditioner, it's pretty loud. I just want to show you the gourd that I have. I have a few. I think I have 3. So this is, look at the size of that gourd. I mean, you can see the little one there in comparison. Is that not cool? And then there is another one there, not quite as big, but I'm okay with that. Even if I get 3, I'll call that a success, and just know next year to start these a little bit earlier, even in just little pots, because I definitely won't plant them out before June, just because they'll just sulk if it's cold. Let's see. Yeah, I will get to that in a second. This is where I had a lot of the containers, and I moved to the front. These I think will also make their way up there. They're really nice. Can't believe that they're tolerating. This does not get much sun anymore this late in the season, but this tolerates it, the Monarch Magic Ageratum. So look. I don't even know how. I ran out of tools. So they're all sitting here. I even bent one. So let's see, this one is cracked here. Now, this is my favorite spade. And then this big shovel right here is bent, like this right here. So that's worthless. Let's get it. And then that. So that was expensive. But I might replant some of the littler ones, but I had to figure out where I want to plant them. Look at, isn't that not just beautiful? It's huge. And this is an aronia, a chokecherry. My niece picked it up. I don't know what made her want to get a chokecherry, but of course I'm like, all right, I'll plant it. So I planted it here. There are some berries on it, and I made her promise she's got to make some sort of jam or jelly with it. The raspberry here is doing really good. Just have to get this staked up. We're gonna be getting some raspberries. Is this not beautiful? This is, what is it? Mammoth quill mum, and it's hardy to this zone. It's just gorgeous. It is a really pretty yellow. Oh, I do have this, and I know everyone's like, oh, be careful, you plant with caution. This is a sweet autumn clematis. I'm a zone 4B, so I have planted this before and this has died on me. I'm surprised it even came back this year. It had so much rabbit damage, but I know it can be a thug. Let's just take into consideration everyone's zones and just, but isn't that beautiful? Like it went all the way up there too. And it smells really good, and it looks really good. Oh, that's just gorgeous. And let's see, I think I'm gonna go, yeah, I might have to backtrack. I'm not going to the back of the garden. You know what, I might real quick, just to show you how the sun's coming through, but I wanted to show you this. Isn't this such a beautiful rose? This is an also easy double red. Like it's not red. It isn't. It is more like a fuchsia, carmine. I don't even, oh look. But it's just, and I mean, can you ask for a more beautiful rose? Like you'd swear this is June with the way it looks. And not September. I hacked these back to pretty much the crown because I did have one die. We just had a really tough winter, but this one is pulling through here. But look at that. And it smells really good. So highly recommend this rose for zone 4B and up. Like, it is gorgeous. It looks picture perfect. This is, okay, so I watch Gardening with Creekside, and I happened to see one of her videos where she was talking about butterfly bush. It's called mop top. That's hardy to my zone. There are no other butterfly bushes hardy to my zone. So I got this from Great Garden Plants, and it was a tiny little thing, and it's put on a good amount of growth, but I'm gonna try it. We'll see. I do not have high hopes that this is gonna make it in my zone, because again, what butterfly bush is hardy to this zone? And I mean, it depends on the winter too, but there we go. We'll see. I'm hoping it works. I love butterfly bushes, but I can't plant those. I wish I could, along with, I wish I could do Rose of Sharon. I could probably try that also. Oh, so beautiful. So huge. And again, also very, it's pushing like 10 feet tall. That's so pretty. Okay, I better go to the back real quick. Mosquitoes are coming up. Plus I have to go feed my dogs. Beans are really producing. I'm just shocked. I am leaving some get really big because I want to collect the seeds. Is this not gorgeous? I do have to take that away. There was a clearance service berry. This is standing ovation. So I just have this here so I don't run it over with a lawnmower, because I'll forget that I planted. I mean, it looks pretty tough, but we'll see. I did plant some perennials in here. Again, they were clearance. So I took what I could. Looks good. It's another, that's a big blue stem grass. I forget, Blackhawks or something like that. The thujas look amazing. They've just got huge this year. So happy about that. All right, this is what I want to show you, just how these glow with that sun coming through. And you can hear katydids and the monarchs. I can't believe this is still blooming. This is a clematis that I moved here. Normally by now, I'm kind of like about my gardens, but for some reason this year, I must have done something right. I know Mother Nature definitely cooperated. We might have had a little bit too much rain there at one point, and mosquitoes are still out, but honestly, I don't think my gardens have ever looked better. And I'm not being like, you know, yay me, I'm amazing. I'm like, no, a lot of this is just Mother Nature and just the season. Adequate rain, nice temps. Smells really good back here. I smell dill and onion. Oh, I love that. Well, these are garlic chives. So plant with extreme caution. They will self-seed, and they just do this in my garden. It's really pretty, but I will have to come in here and hack these back. But the pollinators love this too. I'm not sure where they all went. You know, there's a few, but sometimes I'm afraid to be in here and pick stuff because they're just thick. I am growing this corn more for the stalks this year. I just started this really late, but look. And then they're really little too, so. I had someone ask why I prefer Calamintha over Nepeta, because I just think Calamintha looks nice all the time. When it just keeps sending out more blooms along, and just, I know there's some spent in there, and it self-seeds, and I get free plants, and they're just, I feel Nepeta looks really good, like that first flush, and then it just kind of looks wah throughout the, and I've grown enough too, and this tolerates some shade and wet conditions, and it looks great. So I prefer this, and plus you can grow it yourself from seed, so save yourself some money. So beautiful. A non-branded salvia. I don't know if it's like misty blue or something like that. Yeah. I don't have the heart right now to get rid of the Verbena Bampton because it looks so good. And then look at this. I had a self-seeded hibiscus. Hardy hibiscus. I don't know which one. So we'll see if it comes back. Can you believe that? That's season, or growth from one season this year. When all of my hardy hibiscus, I think I had 5 of them, died. There's a loud cricket. All right. So these are asters. They're not blooming yet. They will be. I'm starting to see buds. I was a little worried the rabbits just ate them a little too much. Just beautiful. All right. I think that is everything. So hopefully you enjoyed. Bye for now.